okay, most people know this, that Lagos is a city that is quite exciting, but at the same time very dangerous. And he pointed this out to us. So this city is sweet, so this city is nice, it's exciting, but this is what you should sign up for too. So there's a lot of truth in his narrative. Hey there, welcome to my channel. So I already had little sleep last night because I was reading late and then late when trouble sleeps. The day before I read Easy Motion Tourist, and I feel so sad after reading this book. Really sad because the book just really opened a can of worms for me, and it really pointed out all the questions I have as a citizen of Nigeria. Okay, this book is set in contemporary Lagos, Nigeria, and it's a thriller. The book is basically, or has its focus on its main character, who is Amaka. Amaka is the daughter of an ambassador, and she serves as a watchdog, if I can call her that, or an angel or a guardian for prostitutes in the city. The book opens with Guy, a British citizen. Guy is a journalist who came to Lagos, Nigeria to cover the electoral process that was going to happen. But unfortunately, or I don't know, the election was postponed. So that's not even the case. He went to a bar or maybe a club, and due to unfortunate events, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's unfortunate, but something happened, and a girl's mutilated body was found and it got just across the bar. This raised a lot of eyebrows, and it set the ball rolling for a lot of things in this first part of the book. Which is Easy Motion Tourist. Amaka in this book is, like I said earlier, a watchdog. Anything society reforms or anything for the better, especially when it comes to the prostitutes, she's always at the forefront, always willing to help, almost in a foolhardy way. Personally, most time when I was reading the book, I sometimes I'm like, oh my god, just give up already, or let this thing go, or are you not putting yourself in harm's way, which is a human thing to do. In this book, one time I get annoyed with Amaka, I'll be like, oh, what are you doing? Are you putting yourself in harm's way? Is this how you're passionate about this Street Samaritans thing? The Street Samaritans it's a charity group that Amaka's parents funded, or she actually had the initiative to help people, mostly the prostitutes in the street, to have a balance. And she does it in a way that's not judgmental, but she just wants to help. So how does she help this prostitute? Some of them she takes to for rehabilitation, or if you don't want to continue walking on the street, she has this policy of at least be safe. So she tell, if you're living with a client or somebody, a guy, most of the girls, they would snap or take a picture of the license plate of the car and text Amaka the name of the person. So she'll cross-check with her log and tell the girl what to expect, how extreme the person is, or okay, don't go with this guy. Most girls that have gone with him have winded up missing. So this was the kind of watchdog attitude she was doing for them. And I like this book, but I'm really weak because I don't have much to say about the book per se, but it's a very nice thriller. It kept me at the edge of my seat, and it made me angry and sad at the same time. There was not really much character development in this book, in my opinion. Most of it, of course, they introduce characters, but having a backstory or knowing about or portraying the characters in a certain way was not really there. But there's a character here, but you don't have to know about him. Just know what his role is in this particular scene or this particular moment. There are characters of Guy, who is the British British journalist who later on develops a relationship with Amaka. Then Amaka is just the main focus in this book. And this book, she was at the edge a lot of times. After settling the issue, okay, or at least we're in the clear, or we're out of the woods in the first part of the book, which is Easy Motion Tourist. Then we come to Amaka again. The major focus on this When Trouble Sleeps part is Amaka's entanglement with the political scandal that would shake her to its core. This second part of the book was mostly like a case of chess for me, because she was really playing a game with these politicians. She was really smart in how she beat them in their own game. And the British was in a way that he was so naive, which was quite cute to me. I don't know, he was kind of cute in the book whenever he comes on, because whenever his part or his point of view comes on, it's just quite relaxed and cute, kind of, because it was sort of like a soft landing for all the major dramas that was happening in the book. Which would take me to the narrative technique in this book. The narrative technique was for this first part of the book, with the first part of the book, which is Easy Motion Tourist. For Easy Motion Tourist, the author employed the omniscient narrative technique, which is third-person narrative, and also first-person narrative. There was some point of view from that where Guy was the one telling the story. Then when it comes to third-person narrative, it's mostly Amaka's point of view, but she's not the one telling the story. You get it, Amaka, Ibrahim, and also sometimes a reader might get confused because the point of view adjusts. So you might be trying to piece it. You might spend some time trying to piece out, okay, who is this new person? And the names are quite very, very funny, because I would say that Lady Ademe is so Nigerian, because his writing technique employs a lot of Nigerian English or Nigerian language. You can always catch up in a way that is not so annoying, but I find it amusing when a lot of words, even the naming of the characters, names like knockout, names like hot temper, it's very funny. So I think that people will find humor in this, even though with all the big things happening in the book, and a lot is just so fast paced, there's still some sort of humor. Not some sort of, there's still humor in the narrative, so it's quite applaudable. Before I talk about the themes of the book, I'll talk about the names of the book. In my other video, I said why I chose to read this book was because of the title of the sequel, which is When Trouble Sleeps. It reminded me of Fela Kuti's song, and yes, that was what influenced the title of the book. The song is actually talking about when you go looking for trouble, you should be ready for whatever repercussion is going to come, and that was how much Amaka experienced in the second book. She was at the edge. She really stepped on the toe of a lot of dangerous and powerful men, and it was quite applaudable for me. Then also this Easy Motion Tourist, they explained it in the book. Although I don't know the song, it was also inspired by a song, Easy Motion Tourist. I did not even know this, that King Sunny Ade had a song titled Easy Motion Tourist. But I don't know if it's his version or if it's that particular song that inspired this book. But all I know is that the book titles were inspired by songs. So African songs, so this is our Nigerian song, so this is quite applaudable as well. Easy Motion Tourist, from the brief analysis that was given in the book during narrative, one of the characters tells us that, okay, Easy Motion Tourist tells us about nightlife, how the shenanigans that goes on and everything that happens at night. So all the bad things, how things come to play once it's dark. So that's what Easy Motion Tourist is about. That's what the song was about, but I don't know, so I can't really say. But that was how it was explained in the book. The themes in this book are, when things are over, the cup of themes is overflowing, and I might even miss some. But like I said, I didn't know this book. I was weak reading this book. And one thing that stood out for me was the fact that how much people are just so selfish. Man's inhumanity to man. I don't like people are willing to just there's a saying that there's a Nigerian or pidgin saying that my mother loves so much. She's always repeating it, and I like it when she says it. And it says, "Another man head Nagarawa." It means that nobody cares. Is as long as it doesn't affect me, I don't care. And that played out a lot in the book. And I like the fact that Amaka, even though she was rich from a rich home, she cared enough to say, okay, a lot of things are happening out there and I can stop it. I can contribute positively. I can be a voice for change. The level of selfishness was overpowering. So another thing that stood out for me was the theme of choice versus choicelessness, and this one will go for the prostitution. I like the fact that Amaka was a beacon of light, and she sort of brought some sort of choice for the girls. Okay, you can continue doing what you do, but at least be safe. I care about you. So that was quite nice. Then politics in Nigeria. Role of politics in Nigeria, how godfatherism comes to play, how, like I said again, if it's not because if it does not benefit me, it doesn't concern me. It came to play too, especially among the rich. As long as it doesn't affect our precious neighborhood, please take crime out. Or as long as it doesn't affect our precious neighborhood, we do not really care what goes on at the other side of the city. And this just happens in the book over and over, and this just happens in the book over and over again. Then there's the theme of godfatherism, which is something that every Nigerian has something to say about, and it just put it out there how Otumba, the kingmaker, how he puts his son-in-law to be the governor of Lagos. I beg. Corruption was a huge theme in this book as well, on every sector. The police, the governance, the people, everywhere. How everyone have a hand in corruption one way or the other. Leo pointed it out for us. When Leo, this author for me was like, okay, come see. And he was just pointing out things for us with his narrative. And I think that's how he not really developed his character. He was just like, okay, come and see. Just see what this person is doing. You learn from it. So that was kind of what he was doing for me in this book. And it just open your eyes and see this is your reality, this is what's going on. And he painted the narrative was in a way that Lagos is a city where, okay, most people know this, that Lagos is a city that is quite exciting but at the same time very dangerous, and he pointed this out to us. So this city is sweet, so this city is nice, it's exciting, but this is what you should sign up for too. So there's a lot of truth in his narrative, and I like that. I love this book. I really do. This book, sorry, I'm saying book, but like it's just kind of wholesome. So book. I love this book so much because it was nice and honest, and I love when writers wield their pen for good. I always say this on my channel. I always love it when they say, okay, enough of this bullshit, or enough of this thing. Let me use my pen for good. I love it. I love stories that make me angry, and this story did not only make me angry, it made me sad, it made me think, it made me wonder, it made me ask questions. Questions. How can we ever move on? Can we ever catch a break? Those are some of the questions I asked myself reading this book. And just like Amaka, I was not even getting angry for Amaka. Like, okay, do you want to kill yourself? Okay, just let these things go. Don't allow these people to hurt you. So it really tells the reality of a lot of people in Nigeria. We saw it in the scene where there was jungle justice, and she still came out of her car wanting to do something. So Amaka, I like the fact that Amaka was a heroine in the book, because she was really a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people respected her, even the policeman Ibrahim. She just commanded a lot. respect, and she will not rest until you give her justice. And I think we need more people like Amaka in society. There's a lot to learn from Amaka. There's a lot to learn from every single one in the book, even the dogs. There's a lot to learn from this book, and I would recommend it for any single person. This book is an amazing thriller. You would enjoy every bit of it. It's fast paced and it's nice. And the chapters are not so broad, it's quite short and just giving it to you, giving it to you, giving it to you. So I think everyone should enjoy this book. And with that, I'll draw the curtain for these books. And until next time, take good care of yourself. Bye.